the bold and the beautiful fans. Hope is in a panic because she's about to lose the power she and Carter Walton took. Given her current denial about her actions, I can see her seeking revenge on the Forresters for reclaiming what is rightfully theirs. In this context, Thomas might just be the ally she needs to get back at those she feels have wronged her. And today we're diving into what unfolds after the Forresters regain their assets and Hope finds herself in a rage over how her life has unraveled over the past year. There's also a significant breakup anniversary approaching, which I'm dubbing a split adversary, and it could align with her plotting a revenge scheme that I expect to see soon. This week, Carter Walton shares a kiss with Daphne Rose, and Hope witnesses it. Honestly, if she looks around the office, she might sense that things are about to take a turn for the worse. She was already upset when she saw Ridge Forrester and Carter in a friendly embrace, and she even jumped into their conversation, being quite rude to Ridge while boasting about their power. I honestly think the hug with Ridge might have affected her more than the kiss with Daphne. Spoilers indicate that Carter is very close to returning Forrester Creations to its rightful owners, and Ridge is thrilled about it. I doubt we'll see the company change hands until next week, but it's clear that it won't be long before Steffy, Ridge, and Eric are back in control of their family business. This means Hope will be left in a tough spot, and she won't even have Carter to lean on during this transition, as he's likely to do it willingly. I expect Ridge and Steffy might actually allow it to happen. It was disrespectful to Ridge, and they were boasting about their power. I honestly believe the hug with Ridge might have affected her more than the kiss with Daphne. We'll see. But this week's spoilers suggest that Carter is very close to returning Forrester Creations to its rightful owners, and Ridge is thrilled about the possibility. I doubt we'll see the company change hands until maybe next week, but it's clear that it won't be long before Steffy, Ridge, and Eric are back in control of their family's business. This means Hope is in a tough spot, and she won't even have Carter to lean on during this transition since he's going to do it willingly. I expect Ridge and Steffy might actually allow Carter to remain as CEO, at least on a trial basis, because the writers are really emphasizing that he is Hope's victim in all of this. I mean, we've heard those comments, right? Steffy, Ridge, and even Eric all blame Brooke's daughter, believing she has brainwashed Carter, manipulated him, and taken advantage of him as if he can't think for himself. Daphne is getting closer to Carter every day, and he's okay with it because all he really wants is the love of a woman, along with the job he once cherished. He risked everything to help Hope, even though it went against his better judgment. Carter had agreed that they needed to put Hope on hold until he developed feelings for her, but just as quickly as he became interested in Hope, he could easily shift his attention to Daphne. This isn't the first time he's done something like that, so it wouldn't be surprising. With Forrester Creations returning to the Forresters and Carter seemingly ready to move on to Daphne, where does that leave Hope? It looks like she might end up jobless, loveless, and carrying a huge chip on her shoulder shaped like Forrester. This could be the moment when Thomas Forrester re-enters the storyline on B&B. In the past, whenever Steffy did something hurtful to her, like stealing Liam, we'd see Hope crying in the corner, lamenting how unfair life is and how mean Steffy can be.
She still feels that way.
Steffy's been mean, but Hope has actually changed quite a bit over the last couple of years. I don't think losing her job or Carter will break her. Instead, it might just infuriate her and remind her of what she had before Steffy and Ridge took everything away. That's how she sees it, not necessarily how it is. Hope might feel the urge to retaliate against them and take something back. Sure, she could target Finn to get back at Steffy, but that wouldn't be very effective since he's incredibly loyal and faithful. However, one weak spot she could exploit for revenge against both Steffy and Ridge Forrester is Thomas. Not only has the bold and the beautiful been dropping hints about his return, but as I mentioned earlier, there's a significant anniversary coming up. Even though B&B posted on their Instagram about that kiss meme, suggesting Hope dumped Thomas and he left town to get engaged, the story might not be over yet. Hope rejected the proposal, and Thomas left her behind. By the way, March 18th, 2024, marks the one-year anniversary of that proposal gone wrong, which is just a couple of weeks away. If you remember, Hope never wanted him to leave. She just needed more time to think about marriage and getting engaged. When Thomas returned in July 2024 with Paris, We saw Hope practically begging him to break up with his fiancée and come back to her. That proposal in March was a significant turning point because it led to Hope losing her fashion line. Thomas was the reason it had been such a huge success, and even though Hope turned down his proposal, she likely could have persuaded him to give her more time and stay. However, Steffy convinced Thomas to take Douglas and move to an entirely different continent. In the end, Hope blames Steffy for losing both her fashion line and the man she loved, who was also designing it. Also dislikes Ridge for making hurtful comments, calling her a manipulative bee and other unkind names. It's clear that both Steffy and Ridge care deeply about Thomas, and they believe Hope treated him poorly. They're pleased to see him with someone else now, so targeting Thomas seems like the perfect revenge plan. After everything settles down, if Hope were to call Thomas and say, "Please come home, let's get back together," I doubt that would be enough to win him back. However, if she flew to Paris to see him and declared, "I want to be your wife, let's get married today," that would definitely change the game. Just imagine the explosive reaction from all the Forresters and Brooke if Thomas returned to LA with Hope by his side and a wedding ring on her finger. Everyone would be in shock. From that point, Thomas could demand they return Hope's line or threaten to take it to a competing fashion house, or even start one of their own. I have no doubt about it. It seems that Thomas could easily become a target for Hope to manipulate again, especially if he were to propose to her after breaking up with Paris for some reason. We know that Diamond White has moved on to other projects, so it looks like she won't be returning to Bold and Beautiful. Thomas might currently be with Paris, but we just haven't seen it on screen. Meanwhile, Hope is already expressing her frustration about not being able to return to the way things were before she told Carter she would never answer to Steffy and Ridge again. With Carter likely to betray her soon, as hinted by the spoilers, it seems that Hope's only option for revenge against those she feels have wronged her is to use Thomas against his own family. Thank you for being a loyal listener. Follow us.